Anderson Pen's Sunday brunch menu, 26 for Sunday, June 30th, 2024.
Tomorrow will be July 1st, and that is National Postal Workers Day.
We seem to struggle with mailmen,
with
postal workers. When we moved to our new store, we had to learn and train new postal people. And we had a great one in the beginning, and then he got a better route. Apparently this is one of the oldest and longest routes. And it's been a little bit of a struggle to get somebody consistent. But one of our mailmen looks just like Sammy Hagar. It's pretty cool. It's long before your time.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know who that is.
Those of you of a certain age know who Sammy Hagar is. So we have this postal mailman who looks so much like Sammy Hagar. It's kind of fun. So anyway, there you go. This coming Thursday, July 4th, is Independence Day. Our store will be closed and our staff will all be home grilling and having fun. But the website, of course, is open 24/7.
Yay.
So, Sunday brunch, here we are. Lindsay and I are filling in for Brian and Eric. Maybe we'll just take over.
Yeah.
There you go. You had an epic day not too long ago. You want to talk about that?
My birthday?
Your birthday.
My birthday. I had a lot of fun.
Epic in my opinion.
Epic in your opinion. I don't even remember everything because we celebrated on different days, but we went out for sushi.
Okay.
So that was really nice. It was an all-you-can-eat place. So it's, you pay X amount and you can order as much as you want, but if you leave any behind, they charge you extra. So all you can eat,
weird,
but don't waste it because they only have so much. And They don't want to just waste supplies on you ordering 13 million platters of sushi and then you eat 3 of them.
Can you take it home?
No. Oh. So the end of the meal is everybody there. We had like 15 people. It was a lot. But everybody there at the end, you've got like 3 pieces on 4 or 5 different plates, and it's everyone too full, stomach stuffed. You feel like sick. And people are trying to hoist off the last of their sushi on some sucker at the table while everyone else is like, if I eat any more, I'm going to throw up. So that was really fun.
You should have called me. I would have joined you. I would have eaten the rest of it.
Well, they also don't take reservations. So you got to show up, put in your party. They tell you the wait time, and if everyone's not there at the time that your table's ready, they don't seat you.
Oh.
So you can't just say, oh yeah, table for 20, and then 5 people show up. No, 20 people got to show up.
Wow.
Yeah. So we tried to coordinate everybody. It worked out relatively well.
Okay.
Only one person was late, and it was fine. But yeah, we got everybody together for sushi.
Okay. And what else did you get?
I got a pen roll.
I know. So my kids are grown, and they no longer need major surprises. So it was a case of, all right, Linz, what do you want for your birthday? And she's like, I'd really like this pen roll.
I'm missing one of my pens right now.
So you've got your new Taccia pen roll.
Yeah, I've been eyeing this in the case for a long time. Actually, this was the one that was in the front, and I was tempted by it. And then you said, what do you want for your birthday? And I said, I want that pen roll. So I picked it out.
Awesome. And the funny part was, because you can't just get just a pen roll, Brian and I put some cash in each of the spaces where the pens go, and Brian's waiting for Lindsay to open it up and see it and maybe, try and put some pens in there or whatever, and he had to kind of like push you to
he just stood there and stared. That was his pushing. I was looking at it, I gave him a hug, I said, thank you.
Nice, great.
And then he didn't leave from the photography area, so he's just standing there with a smile. And I figured it out eventually I should open it. So
yeah, and then there was money. So you should, and what did you learn from that?
Yeah, there's sometimes money, so open your presents.
Always open everything. Yes, just in case. Those of you who are missing the jokes, Lindsay and I are protesting.
Yes.
And not doing jokes today.
I'm protesting jokes. They can't keep getting away with this. So if you don't like the jokes, you get a week of peace. If you do like them, I'm sorry our protest is affecting you. There's always Brian and Eric in the future.
Yes. So I'm supposed to bring something for show and tell since you have something. So I brought in 2 of the pens that I am currently using. This was one of my very first fountain pens. This is a Platinum Classic Maki-e that is probably about 25 years old. They no longer make this pattern, but this was one of my very first fountain pens, and I fell in love and bought it, and I still use it to this day.
Wow.
And then this was a Christmas present. This is the Aurora Optima, the 75th anniversary. And so Brian gave this to me. He bought it from a friend of ours. And then while I'm opening it, he took a video of it. and I saw it. I knew that it was not a cheap pen, and I was actually a little teary. And then I knew who he got it from. So in the video, it's like, all right, thanks, Sarge, I'm going to get you for selling it to him. But yeah, so that's one of my favorites. And that one doesn't leave the house. That one stays on my desk.
That's fair. I do like the crackly ice type pattern. I'm always a sucker for that on any pens. I like Aurora. They have slick designs.
All right, I'm making sure I get that back.
So take it away.
So today's Sunday brunch, Lindsay and I wanted to talk about inks for the summer. If you are one of those people who likes to switch up your ink for the summer, we kind of challenged ourselves to come up with 5 different inks, and it'll be interesting to see what you picked versus what I picked. At quick glance, I do not see that we picked any of the same ink, which is actually impressive.
No, ours are really different, actually.
So cool. All right.
Mine tend to lean a little bit more like almost fall, like pre-fall.
Well, then you failed in the task.
Because to me, it's like summer's hot and dry.
Right, so lay yours out. Let's see if we can.
They're all very warm toned.
All right. So hopefully we get these where you can see them in the camera. Yeah, yours are definitely more muted. I wouldn't call those summer. I think you get like a C+.
To me, they are. Fall,
as a grade.
Fall for me is like darker versions of these.
Okay.
So instead of this kind of purple, it'd be several shades darker.
Okay, let's
oh, you want to match the colors up?
Let's do that.
Here, you. We'll get there.
All right.
But to me, this is more spring because they're so neon and bright. So I'm thinking like first flowers.
See, I think fresh. Of spring is more muted.
No.
I think of summer as like bright.
Springs and their pastels are like some of these neons.
All right. Well, these are my options for summer.
And these are mine.
I'm challenging myself to do more different brands that I don't always use. I'm trying to go with different colors this year. I tend to use about the same 4 or 5 inks. And so I'm really trying some new things this year. I don't do change well, so I'm not sure how this is going to work. But I chose J. Urban Blue Prevenge as one of my options. We used to use this at shows for tester ink.
Oh.
And people would go crazy. We could never keep enough of this at shows because people would try it and fall in love with the color, and then we'd sell it.
It's a very good blue.
It's a good blue. It's a really great turquoise.
I chose Rainy Day. I like sort of the softer blues. It makes me think of like swimming in a lake where it's not deep. You get some of the sand and the mud at the bottom, but it's that pretty, just soft blue. So I actually want to explore more color verse. Speaking of trying new inks, looking at this, and I've tried 1 or 2 color verse inks before, but these 2 especially, they're really pretty, and they have such an interesting variety. The names are all really fun. The sort of sets of collections that they have are fun. Like they have the Constellation series and the science-based stuff. They're interesting, so I want to try more of that probably this year. I'll get some samples and things and play around with more of their colors. But this is my blue.
All right. Next up, I am going to go with my purple. I went with Pelikan 4001, the violet. This is one of my favorite colors. Put that there. A really bright purple. It does rinse out well. I'm a big fan of anything that is easy cleanup, especially off your hands, because I tend to be really clumsy. But to me, this is really a very summer bright color. You clearly chose something a little more muted.
Well, I was originally going to go with Coeco Summer Purple, but I thought that was too on the nose. So I went with Monteverde Rose Noir. I'm going to say a warm-toned whatever for all of these. I wanted more of a warm-toned purpley violet. It leans a little bit closer to red. Again, just very soft. Nothing that's too intense. I always think of like hot summer days where the plants all get a little crispy and the color starts to wash out a little bit. So that's where I'm at mentally with this. But I like Monteverde bottles. Sailor also is this kind of size. So these like 20 mil bottles?
Those are 30.
30 mil. So these little square ones, I mean, they sit nice on the desk. They're easy to fill. You don't feel like they're going to be really unstable and knock over. Some bottles I've had in the past were a problem. So these are nice and convenient.
Awesome. All right. My next ink is Diamine Hope Pink, which is massively bright. Massively bright.
That's very neon.
I'm not a huge pink, pink ink person, but this just to me is really summer clothes, and some are popsicle color, and so I went with that. To me, and this is a purely personal thing, my only drawback to Diamine ink is you get so much in a bottle. I will never use it up.
It's got to really be your favorite. If you're a one ink kind of person, you want to commit.
But it's a great value. And if you love that color, you know that you're not going to run out anytime soon, which is a big advantage.
And Diamine's range is huge. I also have a Diamine. It's not pink, but it's my red. It's actually an ink vent, which is really funny. So I got a Christmas color for summer.
I think you epically failed on this, but go ahead.
To me, it's a summery color. So I got this almost like a brick red kind of color. Makes me think of like wandering the neighborhoods on our bikes and seeing all the brick facades of the houses. But again, in a nice large bottle. It's got the interesting little feet. The labels are cute. I like Diamine bottles in general. They're just nice. They feel good to hold.
Fun.
Yeah.
All right, cool. What else? You go next.
Yellow. I have Herbin ink. I'm never going to pronounce any of this right. Amber de Baltique. It's one of their special ones, but I tried something similar to this, like a Three Oysters mustard kind of color, and that range is really nice. So they actually have a few. There's also like Amber de Burmany, I think is the other one. But I really liked this one in particular. It's still definitely yellow, but it's leaning closer to an orange rather than like a sunflower sunshine yellow color. So I went with that one. Again, a bigger bottle, so this is pretty substantial. And it shows up really nice is the other thing. That was part of my considerations. If you're going to use a yellow, it needs to kind of show up without being highlighter. So you could definitely see this if you're writing with it. It's not going to fade away on the paper and disappear when you're using it. You'll be able to go back later and actually read your notes.
And is this one of the scented or no?
I don't
It is not.
think so, yeah.
Okay, because they do have a line that is scented, but Herbin also rinses out well. I'm a big fan of that. Lots of great colors and been around for a long time.
And their smaller bottles have that little lip on them too for setting your pen across. At least thinner pens.
All right, next up, I chose Caran d'Ache Electric Orange. Now, for me, I love this bottle. Let's see if I can put it there. It's designed on an angle, so when you go to insert your pen, it even if the ink is low, you can still fill your pen. It's got this beautiful silver-plated cap. It is a little pricier, but it's just really such a gorgeous bottle.
And if you want it to stand up straight, when it goes in the box, it actually sits up correctly.
Which is cool.
Yeah, so if you want the angle to get the easier fill, you can. Otherwise, put it in the box.
Yeah, that's just really great packaging. What I like about the ink is it's really a bright orange. To me, it's almost like an orange juice color, but still definitely...
All right.
Definitely visible when you're writing with it. It's not too neon, so it doesn't look like a highlighter. It's just, to me, a bright, happy, sunny color.
Yeah, that one's really only starting to blind if you have this big swab like this. When you actually just have the writing, it's not too bad. It makes me think of, like, dreamsicles.
Oh, yeah.
Almost like dreamsicle might be slightly softer than that, but, you know, if you just have this, it's very dreamsicle.
Yep.
Greens. I had another colorverse.
Giant bottle.
It's huge. It's actually two, because I think they have a smaller one.
Yes.
So they've got...
It's a twofer.
Yeah, but I picked specifically the Sea of Tranquility green here. I like the warm greens, almost like olive tones. For falls, I would do more of a yellowy green olive that is more desaturated. So for summer, it just makes me think of leaves, like all the leaves that are really strong, or I'm thinking of the lilies that you have in the yard that have the long leaves. So this is what I think about. So I have my nice leafy green Sea of Tranquility.
And this one, I believe, yes, you have two bottles. So you get a 65 ml and a 15 ml. So one for home, one for office, one for travel, whatever you want. But that's a good option. For me, my green, I picked Sailor Ink Studio 460. And I like it because it's nice and bright. It's visible, it's not too dark, it's not too light, it's not too muted. It's just a bright, again, happy color that just reminds me of, not really grass, but just a summery, fun color.
As a final color, I don't have the swab pulled out actually. We could put in a picture. We just posted it today, and I felt silly after I picked all these that I hadn't chosen it, but Graf von Faber-Castell Gulf Blue.
Yes, very pretty blue.
It fits its name. It's like going to the Gulf, but it's soft but bright. It's really pretty. It's not overwhelming. It's not neon, but it's really nice. So we could throw in a picture if we have that available, which I know we do because I took the picture. But that one is, it's just a really nice blue that also is very summery. So if you wanted something that's less muted than this one, I think that Graf Gulf Blue would be a good option.
Awesome.
I want to challenge myself.
Okay.
And see if I know what colors are in my pens because I have 4 of my several.
Thump.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have my 2 TWSBI Ecos and my Lamy at home. I know the Lamy has Gulf Blue, but I don't remember what's in all of these currently, so I want to see if I can remember. I think my Kaweco has, I'm pretty sure this is a mix that I did, so I can't remember if it's
a
just...
Franken-Ink.
Yeah, it might be just Wako Gisu from Sailor, or it might be that plus a little mustard because I wanted it to be slightly greener. I was trying to match my Hobonichi because the color of that month that I did this was exactly this color, and I think the Wako Gisu was close, but not quite.
Okay.
So I think this was that mix, but it's close.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this is another, let me think about it.
You're the one who said I want to challenge myself.
I don't remember which brand. I think it's Pilot Chioro? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pilot.
Hiroshizuku.
Yeah. So
you don't really know what's in there.
I remember it vaguely. I'm pretty sure that's what this one is. Okay. It's not Vermont, but I remember looking at Vermont, which was similar.
And that's one of your newer pens, right?
Yeah. I got that from
your Custom 74.
The pen party because
last year.
I kept looking at it and was tempted by it, and so there I had to buy it. This one...
Oh, I like that purple.
You know what?
It's
I
darker.
think this is one of the diamides.
Is it Damson?
No.
Imperial purple?
It might be the Imperial purple. I'd have to look back at my notes. I know it's a diamine, so this is one of those really, really dark purples that's also, it leans a little bit warmer. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's definitely a warmer, dark purple.
Okay, so to me, so far, I
know the brand.
Failing.
I know the brand. Look, the challenge was, can I do it? The answer is apparently like half.
Yeah, maybe. Okay.
This is a darker diamine purple.
Okay, and what else you got?
I don't remember. Oh, this might be the gray one. Yes.
Okay, and what is that? None of
Lamy.
these are summer colors.
This is Lamy. I know these aren't summer colors. The Lamy... I have to go look on the shelf. I know it's the Lamy gray.
And
agate.
She's gone.
I got halfway there. Agate. It's Lamy agate. I remember this because I liked that it was kind of like having pencil lead, but
in your pen.
Yeah, pencil in your pen. So that one I know for sure. I knew this one, 90% zero. I got close.
All right, so out there, comment and let Lindsay know what her grade is from
Probably
you
an
all.
F. If it's 50%, that's an F.
Well, maybe they'll grade you on a curve.
Maybe they'll be really nice.
But I like why you chose what you chose.
Yeah.
So, okay.
And matching the hobo, I was switching out my Kaweco because that I usually take on the go. So I would have my Kaweco switch into whatever color of that month. Usually I could find an ink to match, but I did have to go, I think, a little custom for that green.
Okay. All right, well, let's put these back.
The TWSBIs, I wouldn't be able to tell you what's in them. That is a mystery.
Maybe you should stop mixing your inks and write it down.
I will do as I please with my inks.
Okay. I'm afraid to mix because sometimes if you mix different brands, they do not always play nicely together.
That's true. That's very true.
And sometimes you get sludge or scary things.
I got lucky. They worked well. I had it as a little sample vial. I had one that was empty, so I took a couple drops of one and added the other until it was the right color. So if I gotta wash it out and it doesn't work out, I can do that, and I haven't ruined... Can I close it, please? I haven't ruined everything.
Okay. All right. Well, to recap, Lindsay and I chose completely different inks, which is pretty impressive because I think we did this once before, and did we choose at least one of the same colors?
I don't think we've done this before.
I thought we did maybe another ink review or something. I could be wrong.
Maybe. I could also just be forgetting.
There you go. So anyway, we have chosen our top 5 favorite summer inks for 2024. Hope you find it helpful and maybe give you a little motivation to experiment on your own with switching up colors seasonally. Anything else you want to say, Linz?
If you're forgetful like me, some of our inks do come with little labels. Like I think the ink studios come with labels so you can remember what's in your pen, unlike me.
Well, thanks for joining us. And our next Sunday brunch will be on Sunday, July 28th. I like how they're right around Brian's and my birthdays.
Yeah.
Very cool. Anyway, thanks for joining us.